Hello, this is Alex.
Hey Alex, this is Walker from Full Spectrum Laser.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing, I saw that you reached out and you're sort of interested in what was going on, so I figured I'd give you a call and just give you a gist of what was going on.
No problem, man. This call's being recorded. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right, awesome. And your name is Walker? Is that what you said? Jeff Walker?
Yep.
And what's your position at the company?
Marketing manager.
Marketing manager. Can you give me kind of like a once-over on what's going on?
I mean, keep it vague and short. Long story short, we had some products stolen.
Yeah.
The most unfortunate part is that, individuals who thought they were getting a machine from us purchased it, and they're stolen goods. So, needless to say, as simple as it is, we're simply trying to track all these stolen machines, and individuals paid through PayPal to an individual claiming to be the owner of Full Spectrum.
Okay.
So, them paying half the listed price on the website to an individual only through PayPal, you think some red flags come up.
Right. Yeah, okay, so that's kind of the general situation. Do you guys know if this was something perpetrated by somebody who worked within the company?
I'm not allowed to talk about that right now.
Okay, I understand. And are the claims that Full Spectrum is going to be deactivating these machines remotely, are those true?
So it's not deactivation. What it is we found that in our system, we found out how we could track these essentially stolen machines. And anything that's sort of under flag, we can, essentially flag it and say, hey, get a prompt screen. They contact us through support, and, all they have to do is give us the QR code on the back of the machine and proof of purchase.
Right.
So, and then everything's fine, back up and running. We found that some of these people were in cahoots with this individual. Mm-hmm. So it's much more messy than it sounds, right?
Right.
It's like people have been working with this guy who have, claimed to be these great customers, and they were in cahoots. So we're just trying to figure out all the nuances of all of it going on, essentially for the charges to be accurate.
Right. And so my main question would be, on behalf of the legitimate victims of this, right, that truly thought, for whatever reason, despite missing red flags or whatever, are they at risk of having their machine shut down? Is that something they need to worry about in the long run?
So no, as long as they're in contact with us, obviously we have our daily support people that we need to talk to that are within warranty that purchased under legit terms.
Okay.
We have a handful of those all day, so we're just slowly trying to knock these out.
So I guess let me rephrase a little bit. If someone purchased from this individual, believing that they were purchasing from Full Spectrum, and they in fact received a stolen machine, though you find, through your investigation, you find they were not in cahoots with the individual, as you put it, would those people, after contacting Full Spectrum, be at risk of losing access to their equipment?
Technically, no, because what we're just asking them to do is, make a claim against, since most of these purchases were through PayPal. PayPal has a pretty lenient return policy, especially when it comes to fraud. So we're just asking them to make claims that this was a fraudulent, purchase. This person, this is stolen goods, whatever. I don't even know all the prompts that PayPal has you jump through. I'm sure it's a bit. But I mean, they're investigating and all this. So as long as you do that, you get your money back. we've had a handful of customers who it's several machines that this has happened to. You know, we said, hey, you can give us the money. We won't, pay the difference, or you can pay the difference. Like we're doing it on a case by case basis.
Okay.
Because we know people, and then there's people who again are in cahoots with some of these people we think. Some of these people we think are in cahoots with the individual are like wiping their control stacks and this and that. So it's going to be very hard for us to support a machine in general if you wipe our software on there and you're running other hardware and software on there that we have no idea
right
what it is.
Right. Yeah.
So we're trying to take care of everybody. It's just an individual process, and it is taking time. So trying to leave everybody out in the dark and, in the middle of having, how awful is it? You purchase something, you think you're going to start a business or add to your business, and then it's completely shut down.
Yeah, it's devastating. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really just a prompt for us to get a hold of you because we don't know how many there are.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's a good means to get the conversation started. And, besides all the legal, nuances, like it's just, we want to start that conversation. And just make sure everything's legit.
I've seen a couple things where maybe customer service representatives have suggested that these customers send their machines back to Full Spectrum Laser. Would FSL be doing anything to help people tackle that? Because it's not an Amazon return, you know what I mean? Is there kind of a game plan in place yet for handling that?
Anybody who wants to send a machine back to us, we say we'll pay the shipping and get it back.
I'm trying to come at this from all the angles, I feel like it's really important right now to make sure that we get as much information and clarity as possible.
Yeah, no, we're trying to work with people as much as possible, but again, there's a ton of them, and there's a ton of people, and everybody has, everybody's number one, right?
Yeah.
We have people calling to make sure that that nothing has even happened to their machine. They're just calling to make sure everything's good on our end.
Right. And I would expect that to continue, right? Because it feels like pandemonium right now when you go on social media and you're kind of out and about. People are freaked out,
Oh yeah, and I get it. I'm sort of over the drama because it's been a while now.
Yeah.
I've been diving into this for a while.
Yeah.
It just has sort of, I think Saturday I saw the first comment about this, and it sort of, I was like, oh, I think it's going to dwindle, no need to say anything, and then it just flew up. It's like,
Yeah, well, especially, I would say, especially due to the nature of, the proprietary nature, especially with Full Spectrum Laser of the hardware and software configuration, the idea that someone can just push a button and turn your machine off is, like, super scary, as we were talking about, earlier. So, yeah.
I get that idea, but, it's mostly in place for financing.
Right.
So we have people who do financing on these large equipment things, and if you don't make a payment, how else do we keep people? It's not like we're going to send Dog the Bounty Hunter after you.
Right. Sure.
So it's one of those things where it's it does look like that, but it's really just for mostly finance options.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, cool, man. I appreciate you giving me a call and taking the time to talk to me. I know a lot of companies would just kind of tell me to shove it, but we do have a large audience, and I feel like being able to get this information out will be helpful to a lot of people.
I have no problem with the transparency. It is what it is, man. It's not a company issue, it's a human issue, like some people are just not good people.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. And if there's any kind of like development that you can talk about and you would like to amplify that message, I would really hope that you give me a call back so we could talk further.
Yeah, the only thing that I know is that the detectives are finally doing an investigation. information.
Right.
And the police don't work for you.
Yeah, of course.
It takes a while for them to get to all this stuff, and who knows when the true finale of this all comes down. And it's just unfortunate honestly, it's mostly unfortunate for the people who purchased thinking they were getting a deal. I personally would have been like half off. It's kind of,
yeah,
call the company and ask if it's legit.
Right.
Just maybe double check some things, but who knows? Maybe you're just extremely stoked. This is a deal. I want this. I've been looking at it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, fraud happens every day to all kinds of different people, and sometimes it's a little more obvious than others, but, at the end of the day, the customers, the would-be customers, I would say are still the victims,
Oh, for sure. I'm not arguing that at all.
Yeah.
They're the only real victims in this situation, and I mean, honestly, all the guys here that have to deal with these support things, and I feel bad for them. I'm dealing with it on social, and they're dealing with the support tickets. And
yeah.
I used to support, so I know how that is already.
Yeah.
Somebody calls support to ask how your day is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, if we can, or if you're on like social media or whatever, I'd love to just connect so we can chat in the future if other things come up or maybe something more positive we have to talk about, later down the line or something like that. I'd love to be connected.
Yeah, man. Reach out to me.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Well, thanks so much for your time, dude. I've got a lot of writing to do. We'll make sure we get that information shared with people. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to do what you want, man. If you need anything, reach out to me.
For sure. Thanks, man.
Bye.